Welcome to episode 29 of the Perspective podcast. We've got a lot to talk about. We have got a lot to talk about. I just came back from London not long ago. Well, not long ago being like 2 hours ago. So my mind is literally just recalibrating. I don't know if that's a word. My mind is just, it's getting back to its normal use because I've been hearing nothing but music, loud music for the past 4 days. Non-stop. This is like the most peace that I've been around, and I have nothing but to be grateful about it, But damn, it gets to a point where you really have to have some silence around because, bro, I promise you, I've barely even listened to music today. There's been so much music that's dropped, and I've barely even listened to any music. Obviously, one, because I was away at Wireless, and two, bro, I gotta let my ears rest. You gotta let them rest. But what we're gonna talk about straight away is just Wireless weekend, bro. I can't lie, Wireless weekend was really good. What I wanna say is to anyone who came up to me and said hello, thank you, because it makes me realize I last went to Wireless 2023. I was creating content. That was at the time that I started creating content, just trying to just do this thing, whatever. I was doing it for fun, making vlogs, and no one knew who I was. Nobody knew who I was. And this year, I still have the same mentality, like no one really knows who I am. I'm just a normal guy. And I'll still have that mentality. And we actually got recognized quite a few times to the point I was like, yo, like, what is this? Like, this is crazy. To the point we got asked to sign someone's hat, and it was a Anita Max Win cap. I can't lie, it doesn't get better than that. And it makes you realize, okay, we may have something here, because it was nothing but love, and I appreciate it because it's something that I never thought was going to happen. I just go to this festival because I enjoy it, and I just love creating content because I just enjoy it, and people actually enjoy it. So thank you, because that's crazy. First of all, I'm just a normal guy from Birmingham who just chats shit to a camera about music. Like, damn, I'm not that important. Well, yeah, I'm just a normal guy. But yeah, that part was insane. What I want to talk about is shout out to Drake, because the whole sets for all Friday, Saturday, Sunday, top tier. It was actually crazy the way that all of that happened. So obviously, the last time that he performed at Wireless was 2021, I believe, 2021, when Future brought him out. This was like after COVID, and this was during the time for Certified Lover Boy. So yeah, that was the last time. He's always been performing at Wireless, but not having an actual proper set. For example, actually that's a lie, because he did a set in 2015, and he did a set in like 2011 or 2012 after his album Take Care, and he even brought out The Weeknd. Man, they could never do that again. But yeah, so after that, he's always been appearing, like making guest appearances. For example, 2018, that may be one of the biggest festival periods of hip-hop music ever, when Giggs brought him out for KMT. And I remember where I was exactly when that happened. But yeah, so he's always been making appearances for guest set after like 2018. And then obviously this year, they decided to make him headline all 3 days. And I can't lie, the lineup was a bit 50-50, because you get there now, and for example, Friday was the best, like, consistent day, because I genuinely did not move. So you had K1, and then obviously K1 brought out Kalani, and then after K1 and Kalani, there was someone before K1 who was actually good. Odile. See how I'm forgetting this? Yeah, Odile, K1. Then it was Leon Thomas. And then after Leon Thomas, it was Summer Walker. And then after Summer Walker, it was Drake. I want to talk about Leon Thomas's set. That guy can sing, bro. He don't need no auto-tune. He can actually sing. That's my guy from Victorious. He was actually cooking. And it's good to see someone like him from doing TV shows to, you know, being on a stage with around 50,000 people just watching him perform. It really is something that's sick, and he deserves always praise. It's crazy though, because the crowd really mainly knew his song Mutt, which makes sense because even though he's not a newcomer artist, that's his breakthrough song. So yeah, if you haven't listened to Mutt yet, his album, go and listen to it because it really is a good album. It is a good album. When he played his song Yes It Is, man, I was singing my heart out to that because that was going crazy. K1, I don't really listen to her like that. I promise you, we literally, me and the boys, we went to the main stage to see K1 performing at the exact same time that Kalani was out performing as well. That was a beautiful moment because Kalani, man, she's soul-ling and she can sing too. It really does not get better than that. But yeah, Kalani's set with K1 was fire. And shout out to the guys that I was with, man. Because basically, I went to Wales on my own and I knew people there. But during this time, I just wanted to, you know, just be on my own and socialize with others, and was doing these meetups. As soon as I got in, shout out to my guy Connor, because he literally came straight up to me and was like, yo, I watch your stuff, like, let's get it. And yeah, for the whole day, we was literally with each other. He's a proper Drake fan, bro, because I can't lie, 4 songs, during some sexy songs for you, bro, he was literally carrying. He was carrying, bro. He was carrying more than me, and I was just like, I was hyping him up. But yeah, shout out to, this sounds bad, but I forgot his name, Assad. Shout out to him, man. We were locked in on that Friday, but yeah, that was really valid. And then yeah, so K1, Kalani, cool. Leon Thomas, fire. Summer Walker, she had a beautiful set. Every song was cooking. Not one miss. Was there? Nah, there was not one miss, bro. Every set literally cooked. And she was, I don't know what type of aesthetic she's going for with this rollout, Aliens. Like, for her album rollout, I have not seen anything about no aliens. But now all of a sudden she's doing this alien rollout, which is, hey, fairs. She looked good though, and she was actually performing. On the Friday, it was not a lot of artists that were using backing track. They were all just properly performing, which is sick because usually for a rap festival, all you're going to hear is just backtrack, and they didn't have that. Not even Drake. I was surprised. But yeah, after Summer Walker, it was time for Drake's set. And Drake was supposed to come out at 8:15. He did not come out till 8:40. And I made a video talking about how artists come out late, especially him, bro. That guy came out late. He came, but that's not really that bad. 25-minute wait is not that bad. But damn, you know, there's a curfew, right? The curfew is at 10:30, and of course he went over the curfew. And during Lauryn Hill, when he brought her out, they cut her mic off. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah, Drake and Pie Next Door did their set, but Pie Next Door started instead of Drake, and that was actually pretty sick to see him perform. I've never seen him perform before. And I've always wanted to. So it was good to see him do his set, and the crowd was actually going crazy to Pie Next Door. And it really just does show that UK crowds or Europe crowds, they just cook, man. They really do cook. And we've really been standing on business in terms of just show love to artists, American artists anyway, that we don't usually see, especially Drake and Pie Next Door. Like, from Toronto, America, they haven't really done a tour in the UK in a while, and obviously they're doing their tour together now, and I will not be attending that, bro. I've seen Drake 3 days in a row. I think that's enough. I think that is enough for now. But yeah, Pie Next Door's set was really good. He played all his classics. And what was the song? I can't lie, it would have been nice to hear him perform Only You or like Not Nice. Did he perform? Nah, he didn't. It would have been good to actually see him perform them songs, but he didn't. But hey, man, it was still good to see him anyway. You know, he's got a big discography, so it just makes sense for him to just play, his new songs, but at the same time he's still his old bangers. But would have been good to hear him play songs from Plan Next Door 3. He only did Come and See Me, and when he played Come and See Me, it only made sense for him to bring out Drake. They didn't even do Recognize, I'm just realizing. But yeah, it was good to see him perform all his hits. And then Drake came out. My ears, bro. The crowd screaming. I can't lie, I was one of them screaming. I was that person screaming. I was really screaming, bruh. Because hey, that's the GOAT. They're doing their set now back to back. And it's just good to see them performing, man. And one thing about this wireless weekend, they had Drake's tour stage design in terms of the lights. The way that the lights are at the top, and then they just like they be on some floating shit. And he had this like walk around. Usually for Wireless Festival, they have this walk around anyway. If you've seen his videos of his tour, he's always on this like walk around the whole stage. The center of the stage is like the general admission, and then he's just walking around the whole section. And if you're sitting, it basically means that you're gonna get a good view regardless. And me knowing this information, me and the guys, I said to them, yo, we're gonna be the second barrier, and we are going to be like in the middle front. It was perfect. Because bro, he was literally like right here. Volsky was close. And yeah, it was actually sick because last time I saw Drake, 2019, I was a bit far. And yeah, it's ridiculous how close like I was to him. I'll put a picture somewhere here, but yeah, it was ridiculous, and I could not believe my eyes. I was literally just watching like, damn. Of course I was recording too, but I was thinking, yo, this guy is literally right there. But yeah, his set list on Friday was the best set list during the whole weekend. He played everything. He even played Jaded. Not a lot of people knew that one, which is actually kind of crazy to me. But yeah, he did Jaded. He did Shot For Me. He did Marvin's Room. What else did he do? Bro, I can't remember, but he literally did everything that you can think of in terms of the R&B section. Feel No Ways, bro. It was actually really good, and I was just gassed to hear him perform all them songs. And then he even did songs like, obviously he did Nokia, and played majority of some sexy songs for you. For example, CN Tower, On My Way, which I cannot lie, that was one of my favorite songs that they performed. Even though it was like an interlude, but I really love that song. That may be like top 3 on that album for me. And yeah, I was just happy to hear them perform. They even did Spider-Man, Superman. They literally did all the bangers. And for some sexy songs for you, not a lot of people were really singing in terms of just the popular songs, which is kind of crazy. But I hear the album came out February. But even February, you got time to catch up. He brought out Mario. He brought out Bobby. He brought out... Who else did he bring out? Giveon. I can't lie, I was gassed to see Giveon. And it's mental as well, because before Giveon came out, we were speaking to this girl, and then we were just talking about like, I don't even know how it got to this. I think I was speaking to the boys, and then she got into the conversation, and then we're speaking about wine. No, I remember now. I was speaking to my boy, and I was saying white wine and red wine is nice. I mean, like, white wine is good for the summer, but red wine is just that type of drink. That's my favorite. And then the girl was like, white wine is a feminine drink to have, which fair enough. And then I was like, nah, bro, you gotta realize white wine is top tier. Obviously, red wine is better, but white wine is nice. And then Giveon comes out, and he's got white wine. Like, he's holding a white wine glass with white wine. And then I literally look at the girl and be like, feminine drink, eh? That kind of stinks. But no, actually, I'm deep in it. That kind of stinks. But hey, fuck. Yeah, so that was actually kind of crazy. So to see Giveon come out, he was actually really good. He did Heartbreak Anniversary, and then Chicago Freestyle, and 20s. top tier song, by the way. His album came out, man. I gotta listen to his album. Yeah, and then who else you bring up? Bryson Tiller. We've already seen him. That's my third time seeing Bryson Tiller. Hey, that's fire. So yeah, Bryson Tiller came out, and then he brought out, who else did he bring out? Lauryn Hill, which was actually sick. She's a goat. She's a legend. It's nice to see her. And then there was someone else. That's all I can remember for now. But yeah, that was a Friday. I really enjoyed it. And he finished his set with "I'll Always Love You" by Whitney Houston. And he'd be on this like platform that takes you around the whole like festival ground, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, they really put a lot of thought into the production and just how to make things different, because that's never really happened at a wireless festival before. So that's actually kind of sick the way that they did that. And then yeah, Friday, cool. We ended up staying the whole set because Lauryn Hill came out and she's performing, and then they cut her off. So it was like, damn, we low-key had no choice but to stay, because there's no way I'm going home during Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, watched her perform, and then decided when they cut her off, I was like, okay, bet, let's actually dip. So we're walking. Well, I'm like sprinting, yeah, cause you gotta get past these people, bro. You know, you gotta cut the corners, cut every single corner you can cut, and then continue to just run, because bear in mind, we're on the right side, we're not on the left side, so it's a bit, you have to go around. So yeah, we were like going in and out of like whatever we could get through to get closer to the like front. And bro, even when you do that, it's still long to get out, bro. It's mental because it is so busy. 50,000 people is a lot of people. So when you're trying to leave that environment, it's hectic. It's a zombie apocalypse. That's one thing that I do not like about festivals. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'll forever love them. So yeah, that was happening now. We're literally finding our way to cut corners. We end up getting our train. I end up getting off on a wrong station. But hey, we got back home at like 12:50, kind of late, but just tired, man. It was so tiring, like just getting back home, and it's musty, it's hot, it's sweaty, but hey, man, that's just expected. I knew damn well that I was not gonna get enough sleep because I had to wake up early tomorrow, well, in the morning. We went to a run club literally straight after. We woke up at like 5:30, woke up at 5:30, showered, got ready, left at around 7 to go to the run club. This was with Represent, because they were opening their Represent store in London, and this is not a coincidence at all. Like, they could not have done it at a more perfect time during wireless weekend, because I probably would have not even gone if it wasn't at that time, but it just had to happen. And yes, had to go there and had to see what he was saying, and it was good to see George Heaton. I saw him, and it's mental because he's interacted on my Twitter before. We've spoken, well, not spoke, but he's commented on my videos, and he's commented on my Twitter post that I do of Represent. So that's good to see. So I was like, okay, I want to see him. Like, I mean, I want to speak to him. That was like mindset. Okay, like I want to speak to him. So then the 5K run starts now, and before the run started, I made friends with this guy called Tom. Shout out to him, he's the GOAT. So yeah, made friends with my guy, and we start running now. And then as soon as we start running, yeah, we're like going straight for a little bit. I look to the right, I see George Heaton like on some platform just standing there on his own. And for a second, bro, this is mental how this even happened. For a second, I turn around, yeah, and then I run towards him, and it, like, cause I wanted to speak to him. I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna turn back around and just do this 5K run with Tom, because I can't leave him. If it was the other way around, like, I would not have like that. You know what I mean? Like, but made friends with someone, just enjoy the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's really never that deep. And I can't lie, that took a lot of pride, you know, because I was dead ass about to leave him just to go speak to George, but realized, nah, man, like, you can't do that, bro. Like, enjoy the run. And it ended up being a really good run, and I enjoyed it. And I thought I was gonna go speak to George later, but that guy dipped. He dipped, but ended up speaking to his brother Michael. Shout out to you for real, because you're actually a sound guy. Even the whole team, to be fair, I can't wait to see the vlog of the whole opening store, because the way that they did it was very, very good, and I have nothing but to congratulate. It's tough because I had the magazine, well, I had the newspaper with me, and as soon as I get back home, I remember it. I left it in London. Tough times, but hey, it is what it is. At least took a few pictures of it. But yeah, did all of that now, and spoke to Michael, sound guy, and but basically they have a cafe in there, and what happened was, while we were waiting in the queue, they were giving out these protein shake drinks, whatever, and it said on the thing the ingredients is like tree nuts, and I'm allergic to tree nuts. I couldn't have that. Shout out to Jake, because he ended up bringing me some coffee, you know what I mean, some W coffee and a protein shake. So yeah, this is a big tip. If you want to get special treatment, just say you're allergic to things, because you will get special treatment. But overall, the 5K run was a success. I really enjoyed it, and shout out to Represent and their 247 club, everything that they got going on. I posted my thing on Strava, my 5K run. By the way, this was a horror pace. I was running slow, and I'm a bit concerned about my knee anyway, so I wasn't trying to run quick. And it was a slow pace run. Bro, why is everyone giving me kudos on Strava now? It's mental. Hey man, you gotta go to these different run clubs to get recognition from just Strava. I'm basically famous now on Strava. Who would have thunk it? But anyway, that was fire to go to the run club. Then it was time to actually get back home, change, shower, edit that video, get it uploaded, and then it was time to go to Wireless again. Today though, this Wireless day was like on some aggressive, it was Mandem, you know what I mean, it's full of Mandem, and I was excited for today because you never know who's going to bring out, everyone was saying that it's going to bring out Thug. I was one of them. Everyone was saying that it's going to bring out Thug, and then to even make it even clear that he may even bring out Thug was because they were selling Spider merch. They had a collab with Nocta, and okay, if you're doing that, then of course you're going to have to bring him out, but spoiler alert, bro, they did not bring him out at all. Drake did not bring him out, bro. Of course, he's probably just doing festivals in Europe that he can't even make an appearance. Fair enough, but it would have been good to see you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, the last time he was at Wireless was 2021, I think. I saw Young Thug 2019. That don't happen often. That does not happen often. But yeah, Saturday was valid. I got in there a bit later, so started the day with Nems, and then after that, I went to go see YT, and then it was Lancey, and then after Lancey, it was Boy Better Know, and I'm gonna talk about the Boy Better Know set for a little bit. I really enjoyed it. I thought the set was sick. Of course, I didn't know every single song, but I knew the bass. I knew the bass layer. Like, you have to know the bass layer for you to actually be a BBK fan. And I can put my hands up and say I was one of them. But regardless, it was a sick set to see them bring out every single member from BBK except for Wiley. But obviously, you know why. Even Chip coming out was always crazy. It was good to see him. And then obviously Skepta. I was excited to see Skepta. I really enjoy seeing him live because he's a good performer. So yeah, wait, so how many times have I seen Skepta then? First saw him at Wireless 2019. Then saw him at Rolling Loud. And then, yeah, 3 times. He's the GOAT. Not actually 4 times, because I saw him at Big Smoke Fest. And the way he's promoting that, bro, he promoted it like crazy at Glastonbury, and I was promoting it at Wireless. Hey, talk your shit, man, because you have to. So yeah, BBK set was good, and then was after that Drake? Yes, it was. And then after BBK set, it was Drake. Broski started that with Give No Fucks. I don't know what it's called, that song, and he even brought out Yeet. First song, he's just bringing Yeet, kind of crazy. And for this set, yeah, they had the pyros going crazy, they had their lasers going crazy, the flames, bro, you could feel the fire, bro, like you could feel it. They had it all on the front, and they had it all like on the top, bro. That shit was crazy. Like, you were literally, if you were close, which I was, bro, you're literally burning. But yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, it was good to see that set. And then he was playing bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers. And then as soon as he did his bangers, he brought out every UK artist you could think about, and it ended up being the guests featuring Drake, because Drake barely performed after that. He brought out Dave, Cinch, Fake Mink, or something like that. I don't remember. Skepta. He brought out 21 Savage, Latto, Sexy Red. He brought out someone else. He brought out Vanessa. If you know about Vanessa, she's the girl who did the 1,000 Mile song. You know, the diddly diddly ding, which is kind of crazy to me. I'm forgetting someone, but if I am, then you can remind me, please. But yeah, the Saturday set was really good. It was really a guests featuring Drake. Made friends with a couple guys in the crowd. Bro, it's sick when you make friends with people in the crowd because it makes the experience better. And also, shout out to Cairo. I was watching him during the performance here, and I could see at the start he was really enjoying it because Drake was just playing his bangers, and of course he played Sicko Mode. But then when he was bringing out the guests, I could just see the interest just getting lower and lower. Oh, the artist that I forgot is K-Trap and Heady One. He brought them out fire. But yeah, I could just see like his interest was getting lower and lower, and I was just looking at him like, damn. Damn. But I hear it, like, we're from UK, we always see these UK artists. Like, you want to see American artists that it's hard for us to see because they don't really come around here that much. So yeah, shout out to Cairo because he's him. We've always been wanting to link up for a while, and it just never happened. So for that to happen, it was very organic and it was sick. He's my guy, man. And yeah, but regardless, I really enjoyed Drake's set with the man them bringing all of them out. It was good to see Dave because he doesn't really make appearances, and the crowd literally went crazy. Everyone wanted to hear Thiago Silva, even me. I wanted to hear that because Thiago Silva is a top tier song, especially AJ Tracy's part, bro. Imagine if they actually performed that. That would have gone crazy. But yeah, that was a good set and I really enjoyed it. And then Sunday, I decided to go there a little bit later because I wasn't really that fussed on the earlier sets. I just wanted to, take my time and then get there. And then, yeah. So what we do, we get there now. The sets, fire. I was literally there for Popcorn, Vibes Cartel, and then after that was Burna Boy and then Drake. Burna Boy had one of the best sets of the weekend, if not second best set, because he's the only artist that came out on time, like on the dot. His set was meant to be at 7:40. He literally came out 7:40. That's how you know he's serious about his set. And his performance was an actual performance. Like, it looked proper in terms of the dancers, the band, the stage set, everything, bro. Like the pyros, it looked fire. So you have nothing but to say, hey, that was actually sick. So yeah, it was good to see Burna Boy, and then after that was Drake. And for Drake's set this time, it was more of a mashup of all of his songs into one. It was also, it had an amapiano, dancehall, Honestly Nevermind vibe to his songs, and it was just good to see him perform. He brought out Rema, Vibes Cartel, and Popcorn. Of course, Popcorn and Vibes performed earlier, but Rema, it was good to see him do his set. And yeah, everyone that he brought out was valid. I forgot to mention, Burna Boy brought out Lauryn Hill again. And yeah, it was actually sick just to see Lauryn Hill perform again because she obviously had a set cut off on a Friday. So, hey, it was kind of like a redemption arc. It was literally a redemption arc. But overall, I really enjoyed Wireless. I thought it was sick. It was good to see everyone, and I really enjoyed my time there. Man, I've literally got no energy. Like, going to all those days, my voice on that Sunday or the Saturday was literally gone. I had my voice was finished. But regardless, it was good to see them all perform, and I really enjoyed my time. If you're gonna go Wireless, well, for Wireless next year, if the lineup is as good as that, we may be finished. But yeah, who knows what's gonna happen next year? We may be working with people for Wireless, that to the point that we don't even have to pay for a ticket because the tickets were ridiculous. They should never be that expensive again. But now we're gonna talk about all the new music that's dropped, and I've got my phone here, and we're gonna get shit cracking. So this is a big list. So Burna Boy released his album No Sign of Weakness. Giveon released his album Beloved. Clips released their album Let God Sort Them Out. Justin Bieber released his album Swag. Very random. Odile dropped his EP or tape called The Summer That Saved Me. If you know about Barry Can't Swim, he released his album called Lona. Jacboys dropped. Jacboys dropped, and I'm gonna talk about that. Jacboys, bro. This was at the time, obviously Wireless Weekend, and I was staying with my boys during Wireless Weekend. So I was like, you know what, why don't we just listen to it all together? It's a perfect time. We all like Travis, and we've never listened to an album properly together before. So I was like, why not just listen to it? We're going through the album, and you could feel the different energies on who likes what, and it was all over the place in terms of the album. I don't know if that's just me, and I don't want to complain and say 17 songs is too much, because the last one had 7 songs and we all wanted more songs than 7. Yet I will say, if they actually put the top tier songs on that project, they could have condensed that to less than 17, because there were a few songs that were not really needed. For example, Shine. That is like my least favorite one so far. To be fair, I've only listened to it once, so I may need more time with it. But off first listen, my favorite songs on the album is Kick Out. I really like MM3. So Fago literally cooked. I really like, what's the song? Beep Beep or PBT. I like those ones because that one actually cooked. And Where Was You? It's actually crazy that I had Kai and Future on there, and I like how they took the features off it and only put the Cactus Jack members as the features on there. And one of my least favorite songs on there is also Contest. So Fago sounded good, but Travis, it sounded like he was forcing that style of music. That type of song or beat is literally for an artist like Yeet or So Fago. I don't think it fits Travis, and it didn't, in my opinion. But hey man, it's just how things go, I guess. And yeah, with the tape, I'll give it like a 6.5. I need more time with it to listen to it on my own, on a walk or at the gym or something like that, or late night when it's that time of season to listen to it. Yeah, I need to listen to it properly and to tap in, because man, what is going on here? I was not as excited while listening to it. I was a bit underwhelmed, but I still enjoyed it for the most part. It was really good to hear Kick Out, and I can't believe that people are complaining about 21 Savage's section. I thought his ad-libs were sick, but I guess people were not enjoying it, which is actually kind of crazy. Like, 21 Savage has good ad-libs. I don't know what else you expect from him. But yeah, that's actually mental. Overall, I thought the album was a 6.5, and I do need more time to listen to, because there were just elements on it that did not make sense. I didn't really understand it at all. I thought it was a bit much, but for the most part, it's just, I was just excited that it's out. You know, I hope that they do something with like short films to make the aesthetic more lively, because I don't know what the aesthetic is meant to be for this one. It really just does sound all over the place, but it's a record label album. Nothing you can really expect from that. Just a bunch of songs that they made for fun. But man, even the album cover is not even all that. Like, what is it meant to be? I don't know what it's meant to be. They low-key should have released the gang cover of all of them, because that really just does make sense. But hey man, I want to know what you guys think of the album, if it was a W or not, because, you know, I'm still a bit 50-50 on it. He was dissing Pusha T, which is kind of crazy. Who would have thought that Travis Scott would respond back to Pusha T? If he's a smart guy, he should have not done that, because I don't know what you're going to gain from it, bro. Like, it's really not that deep. It's not. You know, you're just making yourself look like it bothers you because you're saying something. You don't need to say something. Like, just shush and just keep it going. Like, it doesn't bother you, because regardless, they're going to overtake his sales anyway. Of course, that does not mean anything, but, you know, you already won in that aspect. Like, just chill. Like, just chill. Because even the disses that he was saying weren't even that deep. However, I will say, if it was an artist like Drake or Kendrick that said the exact same things, I feel like they would have at least applauded him a bit more. Because just because it's Travis, it's like he doesn't really take time with his lyrics. He just says a whole bunch of nothing sometimes, that when he was actually saying something towards someone, they just said, yeah, what are you doing? Like, you can't take Travis seriously, that type of artist. And maybe for his next album, he starts to take the rapping stuff more serious to improve, because it was a bit iffy on the parts that wasn't even about Pusha T. But on the Pusha T part, he was actually saying something which is just very backwards. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the album, if it was good or not. So yeah, there's been so much music that's dropped, and for next episode, I'm going to be back with all the song recommendations. You know, I've actually got to tap in, and I've actually got to sit back and think, okay, what can we do now? What can we do to put you guys on the best songs? And while we go on to putting you guys on the best songs, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, because I want to continue to get better, and I want to continue to give out the best content, which is what we're doing by just doing it. And I thank you for making this far to this episode, because I'm doing this on my own, and it's nice to do this because it's a true passion. So for you to even take the time to listen to the pod, it makes me happy, because that's all I care about, man. Just getting things out there and just spreading the movement every day. I will like to say, though, keep standing on business. I don't even know what I want to say, but honestly, keep standing on business and keep doing your thing. Do not stop doing what you love to do, because you will forever flourish in that. My one critic on Wireless Festival is the fact that they literally made all their drinks expensive. That's expected for a festival, but damn, they were ridiculous prices. Even their food, I was thinking, damn, I did not even purchase a single food there. I'll starve myself, bro. Never do that, because that's not healthy. Get some food. Like, don't be prideful and not spend, because life comes at you fast. It really does. It really does. But being back home after Wireless weekend, I'm just at a point where I'm like, okay, what can we do next? We were literally promoting Wireless Festival like say we are Wireless Festival, like say we are part of their team. And like the vision for content now is just to keep going. I was saying earlier, I've never seen amount of consistency in terms of engagement, in terms of just the community just showing up to my videos. Like, I've never seen that amount of people like tapping in frequently. So it makes me very grateful. Like, I truly am grateful for this, because this time last year, I was struggling. Even though it was on the rise, I was still struggling. And even now, when I have times I struggle, it means a lot that people actually appreciate the videos. Sometimes I do feel like, okay, damn, is this going to be the last time? Because it may take a long time before things start to shoot up again. But it's during them periods that I choose to just be... I choose to appreciate those moments, because anything can happen. Like, when you have good things that happen, but like just appreciate it, because it could all go left. And during those moments as well, you gotta take advantage of it and just keep going with it in the most good intention way possible, of course. And yeah, I'm very grateful for every single person that taps into my content, because it's mental how things are going. Mentally, it can be draining. I'll be honest, I am drained. I'm so tired, mentally and physically. Like, I can't wait to sleep. I can't wait to sleep in my own bed now. Like, it does get draining, but it's for the love of content. Like, I was saying to my boy, it can be a waste of money, can be a waste of just waste mentally, but for the love of the passion of creating and music, it has to be. No, it doesn't have to be done, but it's something that I'm willing to do, because I know that one of you will enjoy it, and that's all that matters to me. Just being able to just reflect that love onto you guys, because you watch my stuff, and that's all I want to continue to keep bringing out good content. But at what cost, man? Because it can be challenging, very challenging. I hope you all doing good, and I hope you're taking care of yourself, and make sure you go and tap into different perspectives onto something. You never know what you're going to find out, and you never know how it's going to impact you. So yeah, whatever perspective you have, or the way that you want to continue to go about your day, change it into something that you prefer, or be willing to have that change of perspective, because you never know where it's going to take you. And that's where the gift literally starts, from moments like that. And I can't lie to you guys, that may have to be the end of the Perspective podcast, because boy, to finish off, bro, I'm actually tired of Nakia. He played it 3 nights back to back to back. I'm sick. That made me feel sick. That really made me feel sick. But hey, man, I hear it though. It's your biggest song of the year so far. So why not just play it? Because you never know who you're gonna you never know I don't know what I'm trying to say, because people have been going to the festival for a single day. They have not been going for the whole weekend. Not everyone. People have only gone to a specific day, so it makes sense to play Nokia. I understand, but yeah, Wireless Festival, a lot of music has been dropping. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. This has literally just been Wireless Week. Now we're back to the life routine, going back to the gym, eating well, drinking water, doing all those things. Speaking of like taking care of yourself, I did not drink when I was at Wireless. I had these samples, but it was basically juice. It did nothing. So that's my first festival that I've been to completely sober. I'm not drinking. I only drink alcohol. So yeah, it was actually mental, and it was good. It was actually good because I did not miss out on anything. Just had a good time regardless, drinking my water. And yeah, should encourage you to do that one time at a festival, just go sober. But thank you guys for watching episode 29. Every Tuesday you'll get a new podcast. Make sure you like, comment, stay tuned for more episodes and for just more content. My name is Lee Matemi, and I'll see you guys later.